It's fair to say that Real Madrid aren't really having the best of times at the moment. The goalkeeper goal last week in Benfica was just a stamp on what has been, in all honesty, a very turbulent season for them. To understand the fall, we have to look back at the cracks that started in 24-25. Despite Mbappe scoring 43 goals in his debut year, the team ended that year trophyless. The balance was off, Ancelotti left. The board knew they needed a revolution. Enter the summer of 2025. Florentino Perez brought one of the best young managers in the world in Xabi Alonso, fresh of his legendary stint at Leverkusen, where he went invincible, by the way. He was supposed to bring structure to the team. They signed Trent to bring creativity down the right flank, and Dinhausen to patch the defense. Added to them was also the very promising left back Alvaro Carreras. The hype was off the charts. But football isn't really played on paper. From August 2025, it was clear. Alonso's system and Real Madrid stars were like oil and water. They just cannot mix. Alonso wanted control and structure. The squad wanted freedom. The result? Identity crisis. Vinicius and Mbappe continued to drift into the same left half space and left channels, leaving the right side often isolated. The heavy rotations and bringing stars like Vinicius out of the starting lineup sometimes didn't really help his case as well. By December 2025, the whispers turned into shouts. Reports leaked of a fractured dressing room. The defense was reliant on injury-prone Militao, Slowhausen, and aging Alaba, and Rudiger, just Rudiger. The superstars, Mbappe and Vinicius specifically, were reported to be at odds with Xabi Alonso over their defensive workloads. While Alonso demanded 90 minutes of positional discipline and tracking back, the players wanted the freedom that won them the trophies under Ancelotti. They were winning on pure individual talent. But behind the scenes, dominance was an illusion, held together by the locker room that stopped believing in the manager's plan. So, it's fair to say that Xabi Alonso was stuck between a rock and a hard place, where he cannot really play the system he wanted. At the same time, the players didn't really see the need for the system, since they won without it already. There were some warning signs. The reports about a reduction in tactical analysis time and counter-prepping for opponents was a strong early sign. There's no hiding it. Vinicius shouting at Alonso after being taken off at the Clásico in the league was simply a red flag. The final nail in the coffin was in Saudi Arabia, Supercopa final against Barcelona. A 3-2 loss that felt like a 5-0 battering. Madrid looked lethargic, disjointed, tactically outclassed by Hansi Flick's Barca. While the 3-2 scoreline was painful, it was what happened after the whistle that signaled the end of the Alonso era. Confirmed by footage that went viral within minutes, showed Xabi Alonso instructing his players to stay on the pitch to show sportsmanship, but Kylian Mbappe had other plans. It was a public snub of a manager's authority. The very next day, January 12th, 2026, the bombshell dropped. After just 7 months, Xabi Alonso was out. Mutual consent was the official line, but in reality, it was a loss of faith from both the board and the key players. Alvaro Arbeloa was promoted from the youth setup as a caretaker, the 15th manager under Florentino Perez. A cup exit against Albacete in his first game, it's fair to say that didn't help the situation. That brings us to today. The situation is grim. Under Arbeloa, the new manager bounce hasn't really happened. Madrid lost to Benfica in the Champions League, forcing them into the playoff position. They sit second in La Liga, chasing Barcelona that looks highly unlikely to drop many points at this stage. But at the end of the day, they still have great players, and they are Real Madrid. So, you never really know. What do you really think? Was firing Alonso a mistake? Is the squad simply unbalanced? Can they find a way back? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.